Yeah, oh, we'll try that. The sun's being a f***ing asshole. We'll try that. We'll just try that. It's Friday. It's sunny outside. That can only mean one thing. Music club. I'm going to start this week with a statement. More of a question. What the good heavens is happening in Australia at the moment? There seems to be nothing but incredibly high content coming out of the country, with electronic artists such as Flume or Tame Impala, and guitar acts like Gang of Youths and Tash Sultana. I didn't mean to make that rhyme. And brilliant singer-songwriters such as Amy Shark. Whatever's happening is incredibly exciting. And this artist is no different. I caught an interview that Triple J did with this artist a few weeks ago. She's a drummer and she turned her drum into a character.
Wake up. I was like, I can't not do that. There he is.
For years I've been pretty quick to shoot down singer-songwriters. They've become somewhat of a cliche over the last 10 years. This song is just as complex as that was coming out of Sweden in the late noughties with artists such as Robin or Leaky Lee. When it comes to this record, I love the way it builds. You can really tell that she's a drummer. It's incredibly uplifting, and I think it could be somewhat of a festival anthem, especially with that drum fill. This is G-Flip with a song called About You. So last year I attended the last 2 nights of the Maccabees farewell tour, which was perhaps 2 of the most emotional nights of my life.
I was just going to be like, those gigs are going to be like the best Maccabees gigs ever.
There were a lot of tears. The worst part about this was knowing that I wouldn't ever get to see them again. There are very few bands around in which I know every song that they've recorded, but that was the Maccabees for me. And after they went their separate ways, I had a huge hole in my life. That was until a couple of weeks ago, when I found out that Felix, the lead guitarist, started his own label.
Well, I've started a record label amongst many other things. We kind of had this sort of realisation that the labels that informed our bands and the nights and those kind of scenes don't really exist in London anymore.
And he signed this brilliant band from Brighton. Their album released a couple of weeks ago, and this song has been on heavy rotation since. With festival slots around the country this year, I would definitely recommend checking them out, especially if you've got a huge Maccabees-shaped hole in your life. This song is Getting Along by the Magic Gang. A couple of years ago, I fell in love with this band called Le. The lead singer, Ellery, was also part of a band called Woolif. And what drew me to them was his very unique vocal style, very inspired by Tom Waits. I think it's probably something that draws me towards a lot of punk music, and I'm sure it's a similar reason as to why people love the work of Neil Young.
I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood.
It's so far removed from the squeaky clean and polished sound of most contemporary pop music that you can't help but pay attention. And I think this band, they have a similar kind of thing. They've got that real gritty, raw sound. They hail from Copenhagen, of course they do, and have brought out this really great track. It features Sky Ferreira and some of the best trumpets around. Who doesn't love a record with trumpets? Louis Armstrong would agree. I've linked this week's music club in the description below. You've got links to Apple Music and Spotify. I've also got all 3 original YouTube videos which you can link to below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next week.